My husband gave his mom a key to our house without telling me, so I changed the locks. I came home early from work because I had a migraine. My boss told me to just go after I threw up in the bathroom. I walked in and heard the TV on upstairs. We don't have a TV in our bedroom, so I knew something was wrong. I went up and found my mother-in-law Diane sitting on my bed watching our laptop. She had it open to our bank account scrolling through our transactions. She jumped when she saw me. I asked what the hell she was doing. She closed the laptop and said she was checking to make sure Jeremy wasn't spending too much money. I asked how she got in. She held up a key and said Jeremy gave it to her. I asked when. She said a few weeks ago. Said he told her to stop by whenever to check on things. I felt sick. I told her to leave. She got huffy and said there was no reason to be rude. I told her to get out or I'd call the cops. She left but made sure to tell me I was ungrateful on her way down the stairs. The second her car pulled away, I called Jeremy. He was in a meeting, but I didn't care. I asked if he gave his mom a key to our house. He got quiet, then said yeah. I asked why he didn't tell me. He said because he knew I'd get mad. I asked if he knew she was coming over. He said yeah, sometimes. I asked what she was doing here. He said just checking in. I told him she was looking at our bank account on my laptop. He said oh, just oh. I hung up. My head was pounding. I took some medicine and laid down for 20 minutes. Then I called a locksmith. The guy came 2 hours later, changed the front door, back door, and garage. $340. I paid with our joint account so Jeremy could see it later. He came home at 6:30. I heard him try his key. It didn't work. He tried again. Then he knocked. I opened the door. He looked at his key, then at me. He said it's not working. I said I know. I changed the locks today. His face went red and he asked why. I said because apparently our house is open to anyone you feel like giving keys to. He came inside and threw his bag on the floor. He said I was being dramatic. I asked if he thought it was dramatic that his mom was going through our financial information on my laptop. He said she's his mom and she's not going to steal anything. I told him that wasn't the point. He gave her access without asking me. He said he didn't ask because he knew I'd say no. I said exactly. That's called going behind my back. He sat down hard on the couch. He said his mom had been asking for months, that she wanted to water plants or grab mail, that it was easier to just give her one than keep arguing with her. I asked if she'd been coming over a lot. He looked away. I asked again. He said maybe once a week. I asked what she was doing. He said tidying up, putting dishes away, folding laundry. I lost it. I asked if he understood how creepy that was. He said she was being nice. I said nice would be asking first. We yelled for a while. He said it was his house too and he could give keys to whoever he wanted. I said not without talking to me first. He asked if I was going to give him a new key. I said yeah, but I wanted him to promise not to make copies for anyone. He said fine. The next morning Diane called him 6 times before 9. He didn't answer. She left voicemails saying I was keeping her away from her son, that I changed the locks to control him. He called her back and told her the locks were changed and she wasn't getting a new key. She started crying, said he was choosing me over her. He said no, he was just setting boundaries. She hung up. She showed up that night at 7, rang the doorbell 4 times. Jeremy answered. She was standing there with tears asking why he was shutting her out. He said she just couldn't come over whenever she wanted anymore. She said she needed access for emergencies. He said she could call. She said what if he didn't answer? He said then it probably wasn't an emergency. She looked at me and said this was my fault, that I turned him against her. Jeremy told her that wasn't true, that he should have talked to me before giving her the key. Diane said marriage was about compromise. I said yeah, and he didn't compromise with me, he just did what you wanted.